Kojak's Poker Club 1-3 Hold'em live stream game. Thank you very much for everybody who's tuning in right now. We had a little impromptu live stream after we had a lot of players who wanted to go ahead and get another stream going. So we said absolutely, and we got it going as soon as possible as we could. Right here we've got a 1-3 action. We've got Thomas raising to 20. Looks like the Flying Hawaiian. That's amazing. And seat 9. That's the Flying Hawaiian. Call in with Ace 7. Flop's going to come Jack 10 of hearts with the 3 of clubs on it. So Thomas is going to have the best, not only having the Flying Hawaiian dominated, as well as having the front door flush draw with the Flying Hawaiian have the back door. So we'll see how that comes out. It's going to be a fold from it, and we're going to see a nice little profit for Thomas. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in once again. Today we had a awesome little tournament, a Sunday bounty tournament, and that had a prize pool of over $5,000. I believe about $5,800 total. So we already had the action flowing up here. So we hope that the action continues going into this 1-3 game. 1-3 game with a buy-in of 100 to 500. So the buy-ins are varied, as you could see right there. So we'll probably have Mr. Charlie Whittle, your typical regular live stream commentator, coming in. I'm not your A-team, as it were, but super happy to get it started for y'all, and we'll be back with Charlie in just a moment. Thank you very much for everybody who's tuning in.
Thank you, Michael. Good luck and welcome to all the players. Kojak's live on a Sunday night. How about that? Kojak's live on a Sunday night, bringing you 2 full hours of 1-3 no-limit hold'em action. No-limit hold'em action. Our hat winner from last night, sitting in, I believe it's seat number 7, Mr. Roberto, pulled him off a new hat. Kind of looks similar to this one right here. Let me adjust this so y'all can get the full view of this. So as you can see right over my shoulder, we do have hats to give away. So if you're listening closely, we'll have something special later on this episode to give you. Back to the action. Quick little count of the chip counts. We have a 1-3 no-limit hold'em game going today, this Sunday afternoon, December 20th. Nice thing about this, buy-ins range from $200 to $500. Whew. Lady sitting right there in seat number 4, Kelly Jean, the Dylan Machine. Looks like she is going to be on the button. Sitting in your small blind this hand is Mr. Thomas Bowden. Moses looks down at Ace King offsuit. He's going to bump it up to $15. A little 5x raise right there. As always at Kojaks, we guarantee action no matter how it is. Kelly Jean, the dealing machine from the button, looks at wired 4. She's going to make the call. Flop comes out, 3 of diamonds, 6 of diamonds, 8 of clubs. Kelly Jean is in the lead at 3-1. Moses is most likely going to continue right here. He does continue, and Kelly Jean gives it up. Moses throws out $20, pulls in a pot of $57, a $22 win. As with all of our games here, we do offer wide assortment of games. We offer 1-3 No-Limit Hold'em, 1-3 PLO, 1-3 round of each, and then we go to our staple patent games. We offer a lot of on-the-button games, as you guys saw last night in our 5 on the button No-Limit Hold'em. We have $5 on the button, no small blind, no big blind, just a button ante. That's the only one. Action starts on those games, action starts where the small blind would be. Then we offer different variants of that, all the way up to $50 on the button, which was played here on Friday night. Today's version of Kojaks Live is $1, $3, small blind, big blind, no limit hold'em. Basil looks down under the gun at ace king offsuit, and he's going to raise it up to $12. One thing about Basil is he's not going to get too out of line. He's going to make good raises. He's going to make good calls. Let's see if we can get on up here and we can follow the players around. That way we can see some of the action. There's Basil. You saw him last night in his bright yellow highlighter mask with a big tongue. Today he's wearing something a little more, can't really say mellow, but a little more stylish. Roberto, setting in seat number 7, does make the call. The flop comes out king 4-10. Absolutely horrible flop for Roberto. Basil takes the early lead. The only thing that can save Roberto is a 10. That's the only thing in his avenue that can help him. Basil's going to throw out a bet of $9. Roberto throws in 2 red chips. He's going to get 1 in change. That's the call. Going to the turn, heads up, is a 7. Basil does pick up the check mark, which means all the 10s are out. There's no cards that Roberto can hit to win. Basil throws out a $22 bet, and knowing where he stands, Mr. Roberto folds. That's a nice hat, by the way, Mr. Roberto. He was the winner of coming in last night. Screaming Charlie is awesome. I did myself purchase him a hat. We'll see what kind of fun little game we can do today, just to see who's listening and who's not. Quick update of the chip counts. Moses is at $521. Dennis is at $500. Donnie, Kelly, right around $400. So this will be another action-packed game. Basil's tossing out the small blind right there. Sitting in seat number 9 is Mr. Kakoa, just right off camera. You can see his head, and he's got that mask on, so nobody can see his facial expressions. Kakoa is actually a very talented player when it comes to Hold'em. He really enjoys PLO also. Really tricky to see what he has right there. Sitting in seat number 1 is Mr. Moses Rojas. Seat number 2 is Donnie Johnson. Seat number 3 is Dennis Shaver. He's away from the table right now and looking cool as can be with those shades pulled down low. The future must be looking bright is Kelly Jean, the Dylan Machine. Sitting in seat number 6 is Mr. Spivey. And sitting in seat number 5 is Thomas Bowden. Thomas and I play a lot of Xbox Warzone together, so if you feel the challenge, look us up on Xbox. My username is Just Call Me Pappy. We'll give you a good run for your money. Looks like we've got quite the pot brewing here. Basil looks down at Queen Jack suited. He's going to raise it up to $14. Moses in seat number 1 in the +1 seat calls with Ace 7 unsuited. Donnie calls in +2 with Queen 6 suited. I see Robert. I could see him making this call. He's got live action cards. Anything can happen right here. He does throw out $11 to complete it. We've got 4-way action going to the flop. Only at Kojaks can you have action like this. Pot sitting at $59. Flop comes out ace of clubs, 9 of clubs, 8 of clubs. The only club setting out is the smallest club possible. That's sitting in Roberto's hand. That is insane. Moses does flop top pair right now. He's sitting a little over 50% to win. Donnie's pretty much dead, but look at this. Just because you're dead with the cards does not mean that you're dead with the hand. Donnie throws out $35, and I think the way that the board came, he's not going to get much action anywhere. Roberto goes ahead and lets go of his cards. Basil's spinning his spinner, thinking about it. There's not much there. He's gut shot to a queen high straight, but with 3 clubs on the board, that's going to be a hard call for him to make. And he knows that. He's over there calculating. What is 3 outs times 4? That's 12. Minus 2, well, his outs are not very good. Action's now over on Moses. Moses probably knows that his ace is ahead right now. However, if another club comes out, there's nothing he can do there. So Moses is going to throw out, it looks like a raise. Moses does raise to $105, and Donnie lets it go. Very great play by Moses right there. He knows his only chance is to push it right there with his ace. He does not want to let another club come off. He does not want to let a 7, 6, 10, or jack come off, because that's all straight completers right there, and he does not want any of that action to come out. So he does raise the pot. He's going to pull in a pot of $200. Beautiful. Beautiful win right there. We had our Sunday Bounty Tournament today at Kojak's, and the great thing about the Sunday Bounty Tournament are all the bounty chips are worth $50. And let me tell you what was in the prize pool today up at Kojak's. We had, I think, 30 entries, maybe 34 entries. Let me double check. I don't want to tell you the wrong answer to that. We had 27 entries in our tournament, and then we had 18 add-ons at the completion of the break. We had a tournament is a $220 buy-in. That gets you 20,000 chips and a $50 bounty chip. Our total prize pool is $5,650. First place is $2,800, second place $1,700, third place $1,150. There's also $1,350 worth of bounties out there. And then there were 3 special bounties today. We threw 3 bounties out there that were red bounties. Those are each $100 bounties for eliminating those players, and those have all 3 been claimed. The final one to be claimed was from Mr. Big Taco himself. It was his birthday, so Miss Carrie Shaver threw a $100 or $50 bounty out there on Frankie, and it was claimed at the end of the last break. So back to action here. Moving on around. Button is over on Roberto. Basil, looks like Basil's got his Superman out there in front of him. So just a little bit of information for those of you that don't know Mr. Roberto Salinas. He is 27 years old from Laredo, Texas. He's down here working and playing poker, making a living. A lot of our players are like that, like the guy to Roberto's left. Spivey. Spivey's always in here. Spivey is up on the top of our leaderboard. Not at the top, not in first place, but he's always a contender for the points that are coming up at the end of January for our mini event. And one thing I didn't know about Spivey, Spivey's actually from California. That is absolutely crazy. Kelly Jean, the Dylan machine, pulling in a nice pot. Beautiful chance to rack up some chips from her, and she's going to increase her $381 by quite a bit right there. Button's going to move over on Basil, putting Cocoa in the small blind and Mr. Rojas in the big blind. So once again, we just had a huge bounty tournament out here today. 2 full tables of action that never let up. We had one on the waiting list for some of the time. We have the capacity to build up to 3 tables, 4 tables, 5 tables. We are a 9-table room. Action's going to be first on Mr. Donnie Johnson. He is under the gun, and he's got the infamous Kojak offsuit. I can guarantee you he's at least going to be calling the $3. He may be raising to 6 or 9. Oh, he just makes a smooth call right there. Ooh, Roberto's playing the Dolly Parton 9-5 suited diamonds. Basil's going to jump in there. He's going to call that $3 bet. He's got King 8 offsuit. We've seen Basil's play loosen up a little bit right here. Cocoa looks down at Ace Queen unsuited. Super strong hand in 9 players, and he's going to make them pay to see it. It looks like he's going to raise to $22, $27 is his raise. Action's over on Moses with 3-2 suited. He's going to let it go. Donnie's thinking about it. And this is why with King Jack offsuit, you just make the call to $3 because it's easy to let go of $3 in that spot. Action's going to fold all the way around. And what did that say? Flying Hawaiian. That's Kakeo. Kakeo is from Hawaii, and he is the Flying Hawaiian. Nice little pickup right there. That's what you do with Ace Queen offsuit in that situation. You make the play to win the pot. You don't really want to go because in that situation you're up against a lot of 3 deuces, 9 5s, 4 3s. You're up against all kinds of stuff that can create trouble on the flop. You'd rather just end it just as quickly as it started, and that's what he does. Basil in his mask, man. Gotta love him. He's got one for every day of the week, and he doesn't double them up. Welcome to the table, Mr. Dennis Shaver, sitting in seat number 3. This is going to be his first hand down. He looks down at something. We'll let you know. He looks down at Queen Jack suited. He's going to make the call of the $3 under the gun. Kelly with her shades on. Love it, love it. She's going to let it go. Thomas Bowden with Ace 3 unsuited makes the call. The Flying Hawaiian releases his hand. Action's over on Moses. He makes the call. And we're going 4-way action to the flop. Flop comes 8 of spades. Deuce of spades, 9 of diamonds. It checks around real fast. 10 of spades on the turn. That gives Dennis an 80% chance to win with his straight to the queen. He's going to throw out $15. And I don't know that anybody's going to be able to make that call. Welcome to the table. First hand, the nut straight, and you're going to pull in a pot. Dennis has a little win. He's up $9 in the live stream. It's always good to be on the plus side. Always good to be on the plus side. And as we go on further out throughout the live stream tonight, we will see these chip stacks grow incrementally. Last night, in last night's live stream, right when the action turned off, we had 2 hands after we stopped the cameras and stopped the cards. We switched the decks to just the regular Copac cards, and we had one of the bigger pots that we've seen in a little while here. We had 3-way action all in. Each player had very close to $3,000, and ended up being the second nut flush. Got beat by queens full of 4s, I think it was, and aces full of 4s took the pot and the $6,000 win. And that's how the gash games go around here. They get big, get live, get juicy. Just like that, we see Cocoa throwing out, the Flying Hawaiian raises it up to $25 with 4-3 suited. Moses looks like he's going to take a stand with a second nut flush draw of hearts, King Deuce suited. Donnie's coming on in with King Queen. Dennis folds Ace Jack. Very, very controlled fold right there. Thomas makes the call with wired 4s. Roberto looks down at Jack 9. He's going to make the call. I don't see if there's any way that Basil can get away from this. There's already $131 in the pot. He makes the call for $22 more. That's going to put us at $153 sitting in the pot. So here we are. Welcome to Kojaks. 6-way action to the flop. 1-3 game. $153 sitting there waiting to be won. Flop comes out 5-7-5. Flop comes out 5-7-5. Rainbow suits, but it does give... Oh man, it gives the Flying Hawaiian a gut shot to the 7-high straight. Thomas is sitting with wired 4s. He's got 2 pair, but it's not a very 2 pair to be proud of. The Flying Hawaiian goes all in when action comes around him. He's in the cutoff. Action comes around to him. He goes all in for $164. Welcome to the table, Flying Hawaiian. Moses is going to let it go. Donnie looks down at King, Queen. He's going to let it go. Not really sure how Thomas is going to do this. I mean, that's a tough board. He knows either with the pre-flop raise that the Flying Hawaiian threw out there, he's either got aces, ace, king, something along the lines of that. It's going to go fold from Bowden. Roberto's not got much of that. Now Basil doesn't have much of it either. He's going to say that's so sick, and he's going to release it. Kakoa, otherwise known as the Flying Hawaiian, picks up a $128 profit on a $317 pot. Beautifully played. He played it like he had a pair of aces the whole way through, never looked back, and it worked out that time. As all poker players know, all-ins work every time but the last time. Thomas looks down at Queen 10 offsuit under the gun. That's a playable hand. It's a raisable hand. Let's see what he does with that. He's making the call for $3. Action over on Spivey with wired 7s. He just smooth calls it. That's going to allow Roberto to smooth call with ace 5, 7-4. Basil's in there to play today. I like it. Well done, Basil. The Flying Hawaiian folds Jack 3. 4-3 was good enough for a call, but Jack 3 a little too separated. And we look down at Jack 3 also for Moses. So we've got 7-way action going to the flop. No raise. $21 sitting inside this pot. Board's going to come out. Ace of spades, 8 of spades, 4 of spades. In the player's hands, I see one player with a big spade, and that's going to be Mr. Thomas Bowden right there with the Atlanta Braves hat on. He looks down, it checks all the way around to Donnie. Donnie makes the check also, so we've got 7 players going to the turn. Queen of clubs, that's got to make Bowden feel much better about his hand. However, Kelly looks down. She turns 2 pair, and she's going to throw $15 out there. I don't think there's any way that Bowden folds right here with a second nut flush redraw. Spivey's going to fold his 7s, get out of there. Roberto's got top pair, but we know that that's not good enough. He's going to make the call and hope the board pairs with an 8 or a 4. I mean a 5, sorry, a 5. Basil's going to fold it out. Donnie's going to make the fold with middle pair. Mr. Dennis is going to make the fold also. So we've got 3-way action going to the river card. River card is a king of diamonds, which is no good to complete the flush. However, you've got Kelly with second pair. You've got Roberto with top pair. Kelly's going to throw out a check. Thomas checks, and Roberto right behind her checks. Cards are going to be flipped over. Kelly's going to show her turned 2 pair. Roberto's going to show his ace, and Thomas is going to quietly muck his queen. Kelly picks up another win right there. Quick little count of the chip count. Dennis is up over $500. 500 was the max buy-in. Thomas now in the big blind. Kelly sitting in the small blind. She's putting those shades on so nobody can get a read off of her. Spivey looks down under the gun at wired 9s. He's going to raise it up to $18. 6x raise, but in Kojak, 6x doesn't mean much. People are inclined to call the bigger the raise, the more they want to gamble. However, it doesn't look like he's going to get any action except for Thomas. Thomas has the Kojak unsuited. We're going to be heads up going to the flop. Flop comes out, queen, deuce, queen. Not much help for Thomas. He's going to check first to axe. Spivey's going to dig down at $24. He's going to throw it down. And I think that's going to be enough to take the hand. It's pretty much a nail in the coffin right there. King Jack can't do nothing but raise, and a raise right there doesn't tell a good enough story to get it all the way out. We are on a 30-minute delay, 30 minutes. So we started action about 20 minutes ago, so we should be live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on Twitch in about 10 minutes. It is a 30-minute delay. No players at the table are allowed electronics. No players are allowed their cell phone. They're welcome to get up and walk away from the table. Not during a hand, though. Berto's got my favorite hand, 5-3. If he'd known it, he would have played it. However, he does send it straight into the muck. Basil looks down at 7-4. Is not going to have anything to do it. The flying Hawaiian queen 4 offsuit's going to let it go. Moses looks down at the 32. Not going to be good enough to play. This is going to be one of those hands. Donnie's just got to take a peek at Dennis's cards before he folds them. Make sure he didn't have sevens. Kelly Jean looks down at 10-9 offsuit. She's going to make the call. Bowden looks down at the unsuited Kojak. He's going to make the raise to $12. I think that's going to be enough to take the win for the hand. She's going to show him I had 9 high. However, we know she had 10 high on this end. She's going to let it down. Thomas picks up a pot worth $18. Having some mic difficulties, but back now. We are going to be heads up going to the flop. Flop comes out, King of Spades, King of Hearts, 6 of Spades. That's going to give Basil the nut flush draw. The flying Hawaiian doesn't have much. He's got the Basil hand, though. Basil, he's fighting Basil with his own hand. Turn comes out and completes Basil's nut flush. Basil's playing tricky tonight. Look at that. He checks it over to the flying Hawaiian. Let's see if the flying Hawaiian bites the bait. No, he doesn't. He checks, turn card comes out, King of Diamonds. Basil's going to throw out one of those green chips worth $25. And as he knocks Superman over and says, that's so sick, I don't think he's not even going to show his cards. He's going to make him guess at it. He doesn't want him to know that he did have the nut flush right there. Welcome back to the table, Mr. Dennis Shaver. Quick little update of the chip counts, and Mr. Dennis is on top. We just went live, as a matter of fact, on Facebook with 1-3 No-Limit Hold 'em. We have been running for 30 minutes now. Already building up the streamers here, just ready to watch it. 3 players in the hand right now. 8-6 versus 9-8 versus Spivey's Basil hand. Jack 10 offsuit. Spivey's going to bump it up to $12. That's a nice little 4x raise right there. Roberto's going to make the call with Ace 8 unsuited. Basil's going to make the call with 10-6 of hearts. So we're going to have 5-way action going to the flop. 5-way action going to the flop. $60 sitting in the pot. Flop comes out. 8 of hearts, 7 of spades, 5 of clubs. That puts everybody's in play here. If Spivey turns a 9, he's got the jack high straight. If a 6 comes out, that's going to give Kelly the 9 high straight. If a 9 or a 4 comes out, Moses has the 8 high straight. If a 9 comes out, Basil tops that. He's got the 10 high straight. And Roberto's actually got the best hand right now. He's got top pair, top kicker. This is going to be an extremely interesting hand when it plays out right here. Action checks around to Basil. He leads out with $17 with the heart redraw. Moses is going to make the call. Kelly's going to make the call. Spivey's going to make the call. And I see Roberto actually making the call right here. Action's on him. He either makes the call or he raises. He doesn't do anything in between. So we're going to have 5-way action going to the turn. Huge pot building up. Deuce of spades doesn't change anything here. It doesn't change anything except you're going to see a couple more attempts at it. Basil's going to check this time instead of bet 17. Action's now over to Moses. Moses is reaching for 2 green chips. That's a $50 bet. He bets $50 at this pot. Action's now over on the Kelly G and the dealing machine. She's got green chips in her hand to make the call, and she does make the call. Spivey looks down at his possible jack high straight. All he needs is the 9 to make it to the nuts. Let's see if he can make this $50 call. He's pondering it. He's wondering what they could have if someone's already completed the straight, but he knows that the 9 is his golden card, and he's trying to think if it's worth enough to commit $50. He's got $230 effective in his stack, so he's really putting in 38% of his stack to make this call. He's sitting at a 20% chance to win the pot though. Lots of possibilities, and he is a thinker. He could make the call. He could fold here. I don't see him making the raise though. So he does make the fold. Action's now on Roberto. Roberto's got top pair, top kicker. He is the favorite to win the hand. $50 is a lot though. He's got 282 effective. That is a big bet, especially with several straights out there, several straight possibilities. Redraws at the flush draw. I mean at the flush, spade flush, excuse me. All kinds of stuff out there. And he does let it go. Now action's on Basil, who's got the double belly buster, a 4 or a 9. However, we know the 9 is, well, the 9 is now live for him because Spivey folded it. So he's got the double belly buster for the nut straight now. He's the only one holding the 10, and he makes the call. $295 in the pot. 3-way action. 3-way action. Our dealer Richard pulls in the pot, throws out that river card, and it is the 4. That gives Basil the 8 high straight. That gives Moses the 8 high straight. Wow, it is a split pot. Kelly's the only one that did not get any of that. Basil's going to lead out the action, and it looks like he bets $110. I don't see Moses folding this. He knows that Basil's not betting naked. He knows he's got at least a 6, and he's curious if he has a 9 with it. Look at Kelly Jean. She missed it, and she's sitting there just all calm, cool, and collected. Moses is pulling out at least calling chips. Looks like he does make the call. Kelly picks up her hand, give Dennis a little peek at it, let her know that she was drawn at a bigger straight, had a 6 come out. She slowly slides her cards in the middle. That gives Basil the opportunity to flip over his 10-6, and Moses flips over his 8-6, and that's where Basil, I can quote him, "Man, that's so sick, dude. You see you were drawing dead. 9 comes out there. It's my pot." So we're going to chop up $515. The odd chip is going to go out of position, so $255 is going to head over to Moses. $260 is going to head over to Basil. Heavy draw board. I'm surprised Moses didn't. Well, I know why Moses didn't take the chance to raise it up. I know why he didn't. He didn't want, just in case if he would have raised right there and then he gets re-raised, he can't make the call. Hey, Miss Jade. What's the max buy-in on this game? I'm going to do some typing, so it may be a little loud. Let me reply to... Let's go, Team Johnson. We got one out there rooting for Donnie, sitting in seat 2. Cody Elder. What's going on, Mr. Elder? Get him, Basil. You got one in your corner. We've got one in the corner of seat number 5, Mr. Bowden. Mr. Alex Phillips coming this way to pick up that money. So this table will continue after we stop our live stream. We are doing 2 hours of the live stream. New hand coming out under the gun. Moses looks down at a nice middle, not suited, but middle ace. Action's going to be first on him. $3 to make the call. He's going to peek down at it right about now. Everybody loves a strong ace. He's going to raise it up to $15. Donnie looks down at unsuited Jack 8. He's going to let it go. Mr. Shaver lets his hand go. Kelly Jean lets hers go. Welcome to the booth, Mr. Michael Lopez.
What's up, everybody? Already got some good action going on.
Yes, we do. We've got 3-way action to the flop right here. Basil's loosened up his play. He's got 6-4 suited. He flops bottom pair. Moses has ace-9 unsuited, flops middle pair. Spivey's got the bottomest of the pair. He's got pocket 3s. We're going to have a $25 bet by Moses. Spivey's going to let it go, and Basil's going to smartly let it go. Basil's play has loosened up today.
I love to see it.
Yes. He just played 10-6 suited. Yeah. River to straight to the 8 and split the pot with Moses. I mean, he is being a little bit tricky.
Lovely.
We just... All right, back over here. We've got three-way action pre-flop, and it's heating up. We've got ace-king that was 3-bet. Dennis making the call with ace-jack suited. Kelly making the call with pocket-wired jacks. So Kelly's down to 1 jack left in the deck. Flop comes out. 6 of clubs, 8 of clubs, 8 of spades. Not much help to the huge aces that are out there. Man, think of this if this was a blackjack table. We got 3 winners right there.
We've got Kelly. You know she's going to lead out, having her overpair. She put her sunglasses on.
She's had them on for a while now. She's leading out with $55. She knows that that's a dry enough board where she could possibly take it down right here, but Moses says not in my house. Dennis knows with the call of the ace-king behind him that he's not got much left to do in that hand, so he smartly lets it go.
Moses is a bigger dog than he thinks with Dennis laying down that ace-jack. It's going to go check on the flop. It would have been nice to see Kelly put in a little bit more pressure, but there is a lot of draws out there.
And Moses was down to 3 outs going to the river. The 10 of spades on the river does not give him anything that he can win, but he's going to pop it out, $150 bet.
He's gonna represent that 8, and Kelly might just believe him. She's got her head in her hands.
He's representing the 8, the 7. He's representing pocket 10s. Yeah, he's saying, I've got a bigger hand. This would be a huge call right here for Kelly. And if she makes this, looks like she's going to make it. Watch this smile on her face if she makes this call. Moses is saying, lay it down, Kelly. Lay it down, Kelly. Lay it down. I don't think she's going to lay it down.
I think she's actually got the call in her. She doesn't want to, though. It's a crying call, but she's got a great hand in this spot. Some players would think this is a snap call, but really, with the story Moses told, he could easily have an 8 on this flop here. She's putting back the chip. She's running it back and forth. She's going to announce fold, and that's going to be
No, she didn't. Oh. No, she didn't. She still got it right there. He accidentally hit the fold button. She has not folded, though. She has not folded. She's still got her chip. She's got, what is that, 150? She sets it back down, picks them up.
She is all over the place.
Is she going to raise?
No, I don't think she ever raises. This is a crying call.
That's a call that says, I'm not good enough to lay it down and believe you. Here's my jacks, and Moses is not going to show anything.
No.
What a spectacular call by Kelly right there. Moses said, I have ace-7 in my hand. I have ace-8 in my hand. And Kelly said, I call you a liar today. Not that she really calls him a liar, but she says, I don't believe your story.
Just a well played hand from Miss Kelly.
Beautiful. Very well played, Dylan Machine Kelly. Look at that. Kelly is now the new chip leader at the table with 20% of the chips in play. She's got $632. She bought in for $200.
Wow. So awesome little run out.
Come on in, Ricky P. We are live on the radio.
All right.
All right. Hey, we're in between hands. Y'all can head out.
Appreciate your try.
Thank you much. Thank you much. Oh, man, that was good poker play right there. Well job, Kelly. Well done, Kelly. She's not even smiling. She's in it to win it. Hand number 17. Poor Dennis looks down at Jack 6. He can't get anything to play. Kelly sitting in the +1 seat with Queen 9 makes the call. Spivey with a big ace makes the call. Basil's going to raise it up. I love Basil's play here. He is loosened up just a hair. Raises it up to $11 with Queen Jack suited. Moses, my kind of play right there with a 4 deuce. However, he's being outplayed by Donnie, who makes the call with 4-3. We're going to have 6-way action going to the flop. Board's going to come out 2, 10, 3. Whoo! Donnie's going to have the best of it with a pair of 3s. Moses has the bottom end of it with deuces. Nobody's got the 10, though. And it goes check all the way around. 5 players, 5 checks going to the turn. Turn comes a 10 of diamonds. We're seeing a lot of 10s because there was none in anybody's hands. I think this is going to go check all the way around. Spivey's going to say no. Action stops here. I'm going to play the 10. I'm going to bet $20 on it, and that's exactly what he does. He places $20 out there. Basil looks down at his Queen Jack that was so pretty, both clubs. I would love to see a raise right there by Basil, but it does not happen. Action's over on Moses with bottom pair. He's going to make the call. That's going to make it hard for Donnie to make the call, but he makes the call with the best hand. I love it. Kelly Jean, the Dillon Machine's going to be out of there. So we've got 3 players going to the river, $115 in the pot, and it's a 4. Oh my gosh, that's the best action card that could have came, but that's the worst card that could have came from Moses. Donnie's now got 2 pair. Well, it doesn't matter. The pair of 10s is up there. I got so excited about that. Pair of 10s is going to kill the 2 pair action from Donnie and from Moses. Spivey's going to lead out with a monster size bet. And it's going to go, Moses is going to make the call, and Donnie's going to see right there that he would have won the hand. That's the look. Donnie would have won the hand had he made that call. That is an insane call by Moses right there. Insane. I don't know if it was reads. I don't know what it was, if the story just didn't make sense from Spivey. But Moses makes the correct call and wins the pot. Wow, what a call, Moses. Very well played. Very well played. Got about 20 viewers going live right now. Thank you all for coming out. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love the action at Kojak's. Moving the button on over to seat number 1. Donnie's saying, dude, we had the same hand. Look at that. He's like, man, if you don't make the call, I make the call. So we've got blinds up at 1-3. Donnie Johnson is in the small blind. Mr. Dennis Shaver is in the big blind. Coming up in January at Kojak's, we do have our January mini series. Start off with a $500 Big O tournament January 20th. On January 21st, we have a $1,000 high roller tournament. Also, we have a $300 bounty tournament on the 21st. 2 tournaments running at the same time, give you the double the action. On Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd, we have Day 1A, Day 1B, and Day 1C of our $40,000 guaranteed mini main event. On Sunday, we'll have Day 2. Also, we have our Sunday Second Chance No-Limit Hold'em $200 Turbo Tournament. That's to give all players a second chance to win some money. And as you know, all the prize pools are huge at Kojak's. Action moves around. Basil makes the call with pocket 3s. Moses is going to raise it up on the button to $10. Spivey calls with the Basil, the Jack 10 offsuit, which makes Roberto call with 9-8 offsuit. So we've got 4-way action, $44 in the pot. Heading to the flop. Flop comes out. King 4. Not much help to anybody out there. There's only one heart redraw if it goes runner hearts. Not much action. Basil's in the lead with his pocket 3s, but it's so hard to bet that. It's going to check around over to Basil, and Basil's going to bet it. Basil's going to bet $20, knowing that his hand is the best. Action's over to Moses. Basil checked it. Moses is the one that bet the $20. Action folds around. Spivey folds. Basil does make the call. Turn card come out of 2. If Basil thought that his kings and 3s were good when that was King 4, he's still got to think it's good right now. However, Moses picked up the will draw. Basil's got 2 of the blockers. He's got 2 of the 4 3s in the deck. But Moses does have 7 outs. Any ace, any 4, any 5. All 3s are dead to Moses. No will draw for him due to the fact that the will would give him the boat. Moses makes a bet. Basil decides it's time to fold right there. Moses shows his ace 5, and Basil says, that's so sick, man. That's so sick. I had the hand. As we know at Kojak's, it's not all about what you hold in your hand. It's about the chips behind. The effective stack you have behind and the amount of your bet is just as strong as what you hold if you can tell the correct story. Next hand, we've got lots of action. $3 to make the call. We've got Spivey making the call at the +1 with 6-4 suited. Roberto making the call with the 72 suited. Basil makes the call with the ace-6 suited. Moses makes the call with the ace-4 unsuited. Donnie makes the call with the 97. I like that call, and I like the ace-7. So we've got six-way action to the flop. Six-way action to the flop. Flop comes out 3 of diamonds, jack of hearts, queen of clubs. Not much help to anybody out there. Actually, not help to anyone out there. I think it's first to bet's going to win if somebody throws out a bet right here. It checks around. Turn card comes out a jack of clubs. That's going to give Basil the nut flush draw. He's setting at 43% to win this hand. Basil's going to take that opportunity to throw out $6 bet. Folds around. Kelly Jean, Donnie folds it. Spivey, action on him. He's picking up his chip protector, or his card protector. He's going to let go of his cards, and I don't think there's any chance that Roberto makes the call. He lets it go. Basil's going to pull it in. Ace high was good enough to win it right there, and that's what Basil did. We were threatened last night by Billy that he was going to pick up Basil's Superman and do some flybys, but we never got to see it. So Basil's, there he is. He's showing his Superman flyby right there, handing a chip to the dealer. Basil's one of our most colorful members here, well known to all the poker community in all of West Texas. Just a GGTK, good guy to know. Glad he's on our team. Moving around to hand number 20. Spivey looks down at 7-4 offsuit. He's not going to have anything to do with that. He's going to let that go. Moving on up in viewers right now. Appreciate every one of you guys. Dude with the beanie, straight looking like Hancock. That is Donnie Johnson. Oh, I love it. From here on out, we shall call him Hancock. So we got King Jack suited versus King 9, otherwise known as the Swanson. Flop comes out Ace 7-9. Thomas is going to lead out and bet $17. Basil's going to make the call with middle pair. Action now over to Thomas. He's going to check it, and Basil's going to say, hey, I've got at least $10 more that says I have the best hand. Thomas is going to let it go. He made a stab at it, and he could not get Basil to let it go. Could not get Basil to... he could not represent that he had that ace. Basil just did not believe it, made the call, and he got the win on that hand. So let's think of what kind of game I need to get in on that. Let's think of what kind of game we can play for a hat tonight. Let's see. As the cards come around, Roberto's going to be under the gun. He's going to look like down at Ace 10 unsuited, and he's going to make the call. That's a playable hand from any position. No, he does not make the call. Excuse me. He makes a raise, a 4x raise to $12. Action's going to fold around to Moses, who looks down at 83 suited. He's going to let it go. Donnie's got wired 9s. He's going to make the call. Dennis has wired 8s. He's going to make the call. We're going to have a good pot brewing here. We've got three-way action going to the flop. $40 setting in the pot. Wired 9s versus wired 8s versus ace 10. The only card that can hurt both pocket pairs is the ace. It comes out on the flop. Ace of hearts, king of spades, deuce of spades. The ace is going to lead out and bet $35. And both players with pocket pairs knows exactly where they stand. Both going to release the hand. It looks like we might be driving Spivey to pulling his hair out right there. Gotta love a little Spivey action. Here in just a minute, we'll get an update of the chip count. There it is right there. Kelly's leading the pack at $617. Moses is right behind him at $551. Dennis is down $53. Basil's sitting right around $360. I'm not exactly sure what they bought in for. Let me see if I can find it. And I can't, but that's okay. We'll get a chip update out there. So I've got a hat in my hand. I'm trying to think of a good game to play. I'll be glad when we can get Mr. Chris Carter back from Austin. As soon as he can fill up that hot air balloon and head on back in, we'll have a second commentator here with me. Wow. We've got, flop comes out 10-8-6. Lots, as Edward Norton says in Rounders, lots of action. We've got everybody still alive in this game. Turn card comes out a 5. Looking for 7-9. Nobody's got 7-9. Nobody's got a 9. Moses, though, he's got 7-6. He's got an up and down straight draw and a pair of 7s. He's going to lead out with $20. Dennis, he's got the pair of 8s and the same draw as Moses. Moses doesn't know that. He calls that $20. Actions over on Thomas, who's got an up and down straight draw, pretty much the same as all of them. He makes the call for 20. And Roberto, with a top pair, makes the call. River card comes a 6, and that's going to mean that Moses has the best hand. Nobody made their straight. Nobody completed the flush. So we've got Moses with trip 6s. He's going to, looks like, puts out $40 into the pot. I don't think anybody but Roberto will make this call. Dennis reluctantly folds his hand. Thomas looks down. He's going to let go of his hand also. Maybe, maybe not. Yes, he does let it go. Moses is going to pick up a $173 pot. Beautiful little profit right there. Action's over on Roberto. I jumped the gun there saying that he's going to pick it up. However, we don't think that he makes this call. I mean, it's not a terrible call if he does make it, because what's the odds of someone holding a 6 in their hand? Not very good when 2 of them are on the board. So he does have calling chips in his hand. He's putting the story together, seeing if it makes sense. And that's one thing about Kojak's action. Nothing makes sense here. That's why our pots get so big. That's why there's always so much money on the table. And he's even laughing about it right there, saying, you probably have a 6 in your hand. You probably got the 6 in your hand. We'd love to be able to mic up our table. Unfortunately, we can't mic up our table because all of our players like to cuss. He makes the crying call. When we say crying call, we know that it's a call knowing that you're probably beat. He makes the call, flips over 10-3. And I'm not really sure what happened right there. We'll have to make a note of that and go back. I think somebody's card, or the burn card, got read as the river card. So that 6 was not a 6 on the river. So that hand does go to Roberto. Roberto's going to pick up the win on that. So Moses is not at $691. He did not win that hand. Let me run out and let them know that. One quick second. As I ran out there, we did the burn card got set too close to the reader, and it read the burn card as the river card. The 6 was not on there, so Roberto did win the hand with a pair of 10s. Looks like we got Miss Kelly Jean racking up her chips. Looks like she's going to be giving seat to, I think Mr. Ronald Mann is next in line for the seat. Ooh, Spivey picks up a pair of queens. We got a raise to $15. And then we've got Spivey pushing all in for $97. Action's over on Donnie. Donnie's got Jack 8 offsuit. He may just feel like gambling, but it's a bad time to gamble if he does make this call. I don't think he is. He's going to let it go. Action's over to Thomas. Thomas is going to make the call. It was only $82 to make the call. We're going to have coin flip. Ace 3 versus pocket queens. Board comes out 10-4-10. Turn card comes a jack. Ooh, diamond draw out there. Diamond draw is there, and diamond draw does not make it. Thomas's pair of threes cannot beat the pair of queens and tens from Spivey. We're updating the chip count right now. Spivey is up to $228. Thomas is down to $96. Trying to see who's coming into seat number 4. We will have a player coming into that seat. What they're doing is they are updating their chip count since that card, since that burn card read as the river card. That was not the actual card that was on the board. We are updating the chip counts, and everybody's double counting their chips so that we can have them right for all the viewers out there in, I guess it's social media land. I guess that's the best way to say that. While we're talking about this, we will be closed tomorrow, Monday. We are closed on Mondays, but we'll be coming back hot on Tuesday with our Tuesday freeze out. $200 buy-in. There are no rebuys, re-entries in this tournament. It is a freeze out. $200 gets you 20,000 or 15,000 chips or 20,000 chips. I'm sorry. $200 gets you 20,000 chips. $20 dealer appreciation gets you 5,000 more. You can do an instant add-on right at and only at the buy-in stage when you're buying into the tournament. Another $100 gets you 15,000 more chips. So you have a possibility to start off with 40,000 chips at the start of the tournament for $320. At the end of registration at 7:55 p.m., there is an optional add-on for $100 to get you 20,000 more chips. A lot of action in our freeze out. We've seen our freeze out prize pool get all the way up to $15,000. Usually it hovers around between 4,000 and 9,000 on normal days, though. Just depends on what type of feeling the city of Midland is in. With the holidays here, a lot of people usually get sick of their families, so they do our holiday turnouts. Our holiday tournaments are usually our largest turnouts. If you're like me, you can only handle so much of your family, then you do have to get out of there. You have to get out of the house. You have to come out and play. So as we're going around this hand, I'm going to flip this around, and we're going to show you. I have picked out a nice little hat right here. A beautiful hat. Kojak's hat. Got the logo on the side right there. That is going to be today's giveaway hat for whoever can commentate whoever can answer in the commentation section. What are the odds that you get dealt pocket aces? What are the odds that you get dealt pocket aces? If you can answer that question in our commentary, or if you can come into Kojak's Poker Club and tell the front desk, I think it is Amanda up there. No, it is Amy up there right now. So Amanda's our brush. Amy's working the counter. If you can tell her the odds of getting dealt pocket aces, then I will buy you a Kojak's hat. Merry Christmas from me. Yesterday's winner was this gentleman right here, Mr. Roberto, and he's actually sporting his new hat. There's the update of the chip count. Now sitting in seat number 4, Mr. Ron, he has $500. Our chip leader, Kelly, walked away with her winnings. Kelly Jean, the walking away winning machine. She is our winner today. Well, she is a winner today. Donnie looks down under the gun at Jack 10 offsuit. Jack 10 is known as this man right here, Mr. Basil. That's known as the Basil. That's his favorite hand. All of his clothes have Jack 10 painted somewhere on them. So Donnie's going to raise it up to $18. Basil's got my favorite hand, and it goes in the muck. The Flying Hawaiian, who's been quiet lately, lets go of his hand. Moses is going to make the call from seat 1 with 6-4 suited. We're going to have heads-up action, and this is incredible. Moses' 6-4 suited turns into 2 pair. Goes check, check. Now Donnie picks up the Broadway draw and the 9, so he's got an open-ended draw. Moses is going to lead out with $15. Donnie's going to quickly call behind it, and that's a trouble card for Donnie as it pairs him. Moses is going to lead out with $50. I don't think Donnie can make the call right here because he's got the 3rd pair on the board, and he knows that he's not being bluffed. He's showing his 10, saying, hey, you've got it, brother, you've got it. So Moses picks up a nice little win right there. He's back over $500. Beautifully played. Not much Donnie can do. He had, 8 outs to Broadway into the King High straight with a 9 coming on the river, but none of them come. None of them can give him any action. Man, VPIP, voluntary put in pot is what that stands for. And the person at the top of that is unexpected. It is Basil. Unexpected VPIP of 60% right there. That is unheard of from Basil. I love it. I love it. I love it. He is loosening up his game, which is going to be trickier for all the other players because that's not something you're used to him doing, and he can win a lot of money with that. Dennis sitting under the gun looks down at Ace Queen unsuited. Is going to call the $3. Welcome to the table, Ron Mann. Pocket Jacks, or as Jack Keene calls them, wire jacks. He's going to raise it up to $18. Basil quickly heads back to his seat. Sees 4-3 offsuit, going to let it go. Welcome back, Flying Hawaiian, just in time. 10-5, he can't have anything to do with that. Moses also has 10-5. He's going to let that go. So it looks like we're going to have heads-up action. Oh my gosh, look at that. Donnie picks up American Airlines. Pocket aces, and he's going to re-raise it. That's got to shrink up Ace Queen in Dennis's hand. Had this been a tournament, Dennis has a lot more equity to shove right here, but the pot's just been, it's just been 2 bet, and now it's 3 bet by Donnie to $95. Action's over on seat number 4. Ron with the, excuse me, with the pocket jacks. He's going to make the call. He calls $77. We're heads up going to the flop. $194 in the pot, and the flop comes out 10-9-8. Donnie moves all in, and it's going to be a snap call, instant snap call from Ron with pocket jacks. Turn card comes out a 4, river card comes out a deuce, and as we see, the jacks get flipped upside down. Our dealer, the Crusher, is going to do a quick count out of Donnie's chips so we can see how much that Ron owes to the pot. Beautiful double up right there by Donnie with the American Airlines. So it looks to be that Donnie had about $150 left in his stack. He gets pushed that pot, slides them aces. Nothing more fun than picking up pocket aces and winning with them. Action's going to be first on Mr. Ron. He's going to be under the gun. Button moves over to Moses. Dennis throws out his big blind as Donnie sets out his small blind. It's much easier to set out your small blind, to set your small blind of $1 out when you won the last pot, and the last pot was a big win. Action's going to be first. Cards haven't come out, but action's going to be first on Ron, who had the wire jacks and the up and down draw and just missed it. And now he's got another jack in his hand, but luckily it's accompanied by a 4. He's going to let that go. Spivey looks down at 4-3. Roberto looks down at 10-7. Basil's got the Basil. Basil has the Basil. He's spinning his spinner. Moses looked down at a beautiful King, Queen of Spades. I don't know about y'all, but I think spades are the absolute most beautiful of all the cards. He's going to raise it up to $20. Donnie looks down at 9-7 offsuit. He may make the call right there. It's always easier to call after you win a big pot, and he's up over $500 now. Basil looks down. He's got his favorite hand. It's so much easier to play your favorite hand no matter what it is. When someone raises, you feel comfortable. You feel like those cards are going to come. He does make the call, so we're going to have three-way action. $63 setting in the pot. Flop comes out, 4 of hearts, 6 of hearts, Jack. That Jack is the money card for Basil. Donnie quickly checks. Action's over on Basil. He's wiping the sweat off his hands. I think he's pondering. He checks it. Wow. It's probably because he has Moses behind him, and Moses is an aggressive player. Moses is going to throw out, looks like $40. Throws out 40. Basil doesn't even contemplate it. He had his move made before he did that. He checked and he knew he was calling. Turn card comes out, a queen of hearts. Now Moses has taken the lead. Basil's got to not like that. But he's got chips out first. It looks like he throws out $40. So he continues Moses' bet. Moses has to like the turn, though. The queen gives him top pair, second top kicker. He's going to make the call. Heads up going to the river, $183 in the pot. River card comes out. River card comes out, a 9 of hearts. There's 4 hearts on the board. Basil checks, and Moses goes all in. Beautiful move. If he knew what Basil had, he knows there's no way to call there. He does not have a heart, but he represented the absolute nuts. And Basil lays it down. Moses picks up a pot of $624, $123 profit. That's going to catapult Moses on up that leaderboard. Donnie's sitting right around $500. Basil's got a decent little stack in front of him. The Flying Hawaiian sitting right there pointing across, pulling up his mask. He's been quiet after those first few raises with the 4-3. There's a quick update of the chip count. Moses over $600. Donnie at $520. Roberto at $420. Dennis at $414. The Flying Hawaiian at $300. Basil $239. Ron at $230. And I did not see the bottom one. I do apologize for that. The bottom one was Thomas. He reloaded back up to $200. Looking down at Jack Deuce suited. It's not the Choctaw Nuts unless it's unsuited, so that was not the Choctaw Nuts. We haven't seen many good cards. 8 Deuce, 9-7 by Roberto. He's going to make the call. The Flying Hawaiian folds King 6. Moses will be calling 6-5 once he sees it. He hasn't seen his cards yet. Made some change for a 25 chip right there. Somebody gave him $25. What he's doing, he hasn't even seen his hand, but he's making change so somebody has some ones. He's going to put that back up on his chips. He's going to look down and see 6-5 of hearts. And I reckon he's going to be raising it here. And I reckon wrong. As usual, I don't know the game as well as most of the players playing it. He makes a smooth call of the $3. Dennis is going to make the call with Queen 5 suited. Options on Ron in the big blind, and he's going to check it. So we're going to have 4-way action. Flop comes out. Ace, 7, 4, rainbow suits. Roberto's going to have the best of it, setting over 46% to win. Moses, however, has the up and down, the open-ended straight draw. Roberto's going to take the best of it and bet $12. He's got middle pair, but he's the only one paired up there. Moses is going to make the call. Not much Dennis can do right there except fold. Ron's going to fold, so we're going to be heads up, $36 in the pot. Turn card comes out, a deuce of hearts. No help, no change of anything unless they're holding 3-5, which nobody did. But a deuce doesn't change it, and Roberto knows that. He's going to throw out $20. I'd like to see a raise right here from Moses, but he's just going to make the call of the $20, see if he can peel off and win. River card comes out, a jack of clubs, no help to Moses. First action is on Roberto. He checks, opening the door for Moses to make a bet. 2 overcards setting to the 7. That opens the door. If Moses was to throw in $50 or $55 plus, there's no way that Roberto can call with a pair of 7s. Let's see what happens. Moses does place a stack of red chips in the pot. That stack of red chips is going to be worth right around maybe $75, $80. $70 is going to be the bet. Action's now on Roberto. Roberto has the winner. He's got the best hand. And this is why I say all the time, it's not about what you hold. It's about what you have to make the calls. A raise right here would cause a fold. A call, just a flat call right here, and the hand is over. Look at this. Moses is making action right here. Moses has 6-5. He missed his up and down straight draw. Mikey, welcome to the booth. Roberto has the best hand, a pair of sevens. Moses leads out with $70. I don't think Roberto can make that call.
That's a tough call.
If he made that call, that would be a hero call, and he's actually contemplating it, I think.
There's actually some money in the pot.
Yes.
He's got some decent odds, but it's a tough one.
$70 for $210. He's getting 3-1 for his money.
Roberto's a pretty good player, so he has the capability to.
And he shows his 7. He does not decide to call. He decides to throw it on into the muck. And with that, Moses is going to increase his chip count. He was sitting at $660 there. He adds a few more dollars to it. What a big hand by Moses right there. What a big bet by Moses to win that pot. He stole that pot from Roberto. Well played. And Moses has a lot of experience setting at these games. He is very well versed in it. He usually plays the 5 on the button. Sometimes he plays 10 on the button. But he is making himself at home right here. Basil looks a little bored sitting over there in seat number 8. Roberto doesn't know it, but he'll see it later that he did fold the best hand. Oop. Dropping everything all the way around. So we got a quick little dealer change bringing in Ricky Prince, the Ricky Prince. Spivey's going to be first to act over there. Spivey has twins. Can you believe that? Spivey, I can believe it. He's so hard, so stern at the poker table, but I bet he is. I can already tell you he's going to be a great father. But he has twin babies, and his wife, Erica, supports his poker habit. I love it. Most of the time, you don't see a lot of support of that. I love to see that. By the way, his favorite athlete is Kobe, and he loves to bet $23. We'll see that bet coming along in a little while. So as action moves around the table, Thomas has a good hand. Thomas has Jack 10. He's got the suited Basil. So we're going to have Dennis with 3 deuce unsuited. He's going to make the call. And Ron with 9-5 offsuit. Did he just make that call? 9-5 of clubs. He did make the call. Flop comes out, 6 of spades, queen of clubs, 9 of diamonds. What's going on, Mr. Chris Gwynn? Ron's picked up the best of that. He's got middle pair. Now we've got the flush redraw for Thomas. This is Bowden's chance to make his move right here. 9-5 is not a strong hand. It goes check. I don't see Thomas making much of a check right here. He's counting out chips. It looks like to be $40 or $50. It is 50 in fact. And Ron makes the snap call. Up and down straight for Thomas, club draw for Thomas, all kinds of stuff, and the club draw gets there. Bowden makes the second nut flush. Ron's going to check his action. I don't see Thomas doing anything but betting at least 100, and he does go all in.
And shows the better flush.
So Ron's going to pull in the hand. In the booth right now,
Thomas.
we have... What did I say?
Ron.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ron does not win the hand.
Thomas
Thomas did win the hand. Did Ron make the call?
He did.
Wow, Ron made the call with a pair of 9s.
Nope, he had the flush.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. He had the flush also.
Flush over flush.
We need some sound effects so we can make a puking sound right now because that's disgusting. Ron had the 4th nut flush and Thomas had the 2nd nut flush. That is absolutely disgusting. And Ron knows that. That is disgusting. So Thomas does double up right there. Wow. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Kojax, the only place that has the Poker Brothers algorithm in our Human dealers. Welcome to the table, Ricky Prince, too. Yeah, and it wasn't even the crusher at this point. Excuse me. Quick look at the chip count. Moses sitting way up top with 665. Donnie's sitting at 520. Thomas is sitting at 413 now. Dennis at 398. And once again, it's too fast for me to read, but I'll let you know on the next go around. Lindsay the Crusher.
That's two tough spots Ron's been put in. Where
Yes,
he
it
lost a
is.
bunch
He
of-
had aces
bunch of
versus
chips.
jacks while ago, and now he has the fourth nut flush. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, Roberto waking up with the pocket jacks.
Wire
It
jacks.
wasn't good for Ron a few minutes ago, though.
So I put a challenge out there to our viewers, whether they put it in the commentation or whether they can come in live and say it. I got another hat ready for someone to have. But
Charlie's awesome.
you can't tell them. They just have to tell me what's the odds of getting dealt pocket aces. That's an easy one. Lindsay Lou does not know the answer.
Saw that face? I can't tell you.
That is insane, Lindsay.
I'm not even gonna throw numbers because I would get made fun of for the rest of my life, so I'm just gonna stand here and not know. But I'm gonna think about it for a minute.
If you had to pick a number, what would that number be?
I'm getting summoned actually. I can't leave though, I've gotta wait. You
Yeah.
can yell at me.
Yeah, you got to wait for this hand to be over. But what would you think the odds of being dealt pocket aces are?
I would say a little less than 1 in 169.
No, it's more than that.
See,
Better than
I
that.
was
or worse?
going
Worse than that.
listen,
Yeah,
I was going,
I
there's
was gonna
52
say
cards in
worse.
this deck. And so I was trying to math, but math is hard. I'm not trying.
You've got a 1 in 13 chance to catch an ace for the first.
So it's actually 1 in 221.
Well, now they know. So now you're
Oh,
gonna...
I told it 25 minutes ago.
Oh.
Yeah, just the first person to say it. Look at this. We've got pocket jacks raised into $16. Basil has loosened up his play today. I've seen him play 10-6. I've seen him play 7-8. I've seen him play 5-9.
Okay. Hands over, I gotta go. Love y'all, bye.
Hey, have a good one. Crush him up, Lindsay.
We're trying.
Pull your chair over here. Sit down for a minute.
I'm going to have to get back out there in just a few minutes. Just thought I'd come in and see how things is going.
So up at Kojak's, we have our Christmas party tomorrow. And what's in the smoker? Because as you don't know, Chris Gwynn is a professional smoker. And we're not talking anything but on the grill. Just to clarify that.
I don't get paid for it, so it makes me an amateur.
No. I pay you for it every time you bring it up here. So you are a professional.
Right now, I have a brisket, a full brisket that I've split into a flat and a point. The point is going to turn into burnt ends. The flat is just going to be brisket. I had earlier in the day three bone prime ribs. All of those have actually come off of the smoker at this point and are resting in a cooler back at the house.
Awesome. So we're going to be eating like champions tomorrow, aren't we?
Tomorrow, I'm planning to throw some macaroni and cheese in my smoker, and we will bring that to the party tomorrow night too.
Awesome, awesome. So we've got quite a bit of people just waiting on someone to answer the question.
You said 1 in 221, is that what you said?
Yep, 1 in 221 chance. Wow, we've got a raise to $15, and we've got 5-way action going to the flop. Flop comes out. Ace of spades, 6 of clubs, 8 of diamonds.
Basil takes the lead with the ace.
Yeah, Spivey, man, those 9s just got pegged with that ace. Woof.
Dennis sitting down there with second pair, but he can't like that second pair very much.
No, especially...
May be able to make a call because he's got a pair, but he don't like seeing that ace for sure.
No, and Dennis has made some really good folds tonight. He knows when he's behind. So Basil leads out with $20. Spivey's going to make the call of the $20, I think. No, he does not. Basil picks up the pot right there. That's one thing about Basil. Basil doesn't slow play. We've seen some tricks that Basil's thrown out tonight. He's played more hands than he usually plays, which I love to see him play, loosening up his game, which will confuse a lot of the players. You know what VPIP stands for, right?
Yeah.
Voluntarily put in pot?
Yep.
Who do you think is the top person?
In the game right now?
Yeah.
I might go with Kakoa. I might lean towards Roberto.
Okay, so what button do I click to see it?
The GFX button.
I can already tell you it's going to surprise you who we see. Who's leading it?
Basil.
Basil is leading the VPIP today.
Yeah.
That is insane, isn't it? I love to see that. He is setting
Basil is
at
normally pretty tight.
yes. He usually you'd see voluntarily putting in pot only when his button comes around. Today he's leading the field at 56%. That is crazy. Moses is right behind him at 50, 53 I think it was. But Basil, man, Basil's out for blood today. I love it. Look at this. Dennis calling with 3 deuce, 10-8 call, 7-4 suited call. Roberto's going to call with king 3. Basil's going to call with the spy. He's going to check with the Swanson.
So Moses actually said at the table that his strategy today was to play a lot looser than he normally does, so that people think he plays loose, so that when he gets to a regular table, he can take their money.
He's made some crazy raises. He stole some pots for some people playing like that too.
I don't doubt it in the least.
Flop comes out ace of hearts, 8 of spades, 4 of clubs. It's going to check all the way around. A jack of clubs on the turn. And I think the only person that has anything is Moses. Moses has a pair of 8s. That's the only person that has anything besides Ron. Ron's got bottom pair, but I don't see him pushing on this. River card of the ace comes out, and it's going to solidify Moses with a winning hand. But the problem here is I think the first to bet is going to be the first to win this.
I think Moses might throw out a bet here.
No.
Nope, he just checks it.
It's going to check all the way around. Not very many people were proud of what they have.
Basil shows the king high.
As you see, Roberto and Basil both throw over their cards with king high, thinking it's good. Moses maybe double checks, shows his 8-10. So he continues his streak of loose play for wins.
Yep.
I like this play from Moses because usually Moses is not tight, but he's very, very calculated play. He's not throwing money all around. He's not doing all kinds of stuff like that. I like to see it. I like to see it. So, what time did we start this stream? 7:10?
Probably somewhere around 7 o'clock.
Okay, 7 o'clock. So we've got about 50 more minutes of it. Okay. We'll be doing a 2-hour live stream of this tonight. Then we'll continue the action. We'll move them over to a normal table, and there's no cards out there, so you can take off. Chris G, he's going back out to make sure the board runs good. Thank you for coming in and helping us tonight.
My pleasure.
So we've got about 2 hours of the live stream. We've got about we've got exactly 45 minutes left on this episode of Live at Kojak's. It's usually live on a Saturday night, but we decided to mix it up with the holiday season, give some players some stuff to do. So now it's live on Sunday night from Kojak's. We've seen some excellent play, some big bluffs and some big pots. Moses is going to raise it up under the gun with ace-4 suited. Donnie calls with jack-10 offsuit. Basil's probably going to call with jack-9. I like this. Basil's loosening up his play. He makes the call. And the flying Hawaiian Kakoa lets it... Oh, no, he looks like he lets it go. I don't see his cards. So we're going to have 3-way action to the flop. Flop comes out. Ace of hearts, queen of clubs, 5 of spades. Not much help for Basil. Not much help for Donnie. Donnie's got a king to the gut shot. Moses does have top pair. He's probably going to lead out with at least $25. And once again, we have proven Charlie wrong. Leads out with $15. Donnie makes the call of the 15 with the gut shot king to Broadway. I don't know that Basil could make this call right here. It'd be a tricky call if he calls it, because what he's calling for is runner clubs. Got quiet for a second because I was trying to get in the head of Basil to see what he's going to do. We're going to be heads up going to the turn. $78 inside of the pot. Turn card comes out, an 8 of clubs. So now Donnie's got a double gut shot. He's got a king to Broadway. He's got a 9 to a queen high straight. Moses is going to lead out and bet $30. This is not a bad call from Donnie, not at all, with the amount of outs he has. And Basil wishes he was just back in there with his jack-9 suited of clubs. River card comes a queen, putting the nail in the coffin. Moses is now winning this hand. I don't think that Donnie could bluff him off. He's going to bet out $60, and Donnie knows that he's got the ace right there. He's not even going to try to make the bluff. Moses is going to pull in a pot of $198, a $78 profit. Moses is now going to be sitting at $832. He's got a quick lead on the table. Oh, I'm sorry, $755. It was already calculated in there. He's got 24% of the chips. Moving on down the list, Ron, who took 2 rough beats, had the 4th nut flush and also had pocket jacks versus pocket aces. He has taken some rough hands right there, but he's down, but he's not out. He could very easily come back and win some back. Donnie is going to be setting under the gun, which means the button is on the one and only Superman. Donnie's getting his cards right over the reader. He's going to make the fold. Dennis is going to let go of the 9 deuce. If it was blackjack, he'd be doubling down. Ron's going to make the call. He's got an effective stack behind him of $20. Spivey's going to raise it up to 13 with the basil. The Flying Hawaiian's got 8-6. He's going to let it go. Moses has my hand. Come on, Moses. Play my hand. Play my hand. Ah! He's going to let it go. Back over to Ron. $10 to make the call, and he does make the call. So we're going to be heads up. Going to the flop. Ron is going to go all in for his remainder of his chips. We're going to get a call out of Spivey. Jack or 10's his only hope, and it does not get there. So Ron gets the easy double up. He shows his ace-3, and Spivey kicks his cards in. Nice little $50 pot. He turned $23 starting that hand into $50, and that's how quickly you can turn it around. One more double up like that, he's at 100. It's just as fast as that. And with the action the way it is at Kojak's, it's easy to be done. I mean, you can buy into the game with $200, and you can walk out of the game with $4,000. Seen it many times here. Button move, new hand coming around. Donnie's sitting in the big blind, which means Mr. Shaver is the UTG, under the gun. Looks down at ace-8 suited. I see him calling. Absolutely. Mr. Dennis doesn't get too far out of line. He's going to make careful, calculated plays. Ron looks down at Jack-9, makes the call. Thomas looks down at 10-7 suited, makes the call. Basil's going to make the call with wired deuces. Moses is going to make the call with 10-9. Action's over to Donnie, and he takes his $3 and pushes it further in. He checks his option. Six players going to the flop. Flop comes out. 8 of hearts, 4 of clubs, 6 of diamonds. It goes check, check. Dennis with top pair throws out 3 red chips worth $15. Ron's going to make the fold with Jack-9. Thomas is going to make the call. He's got a double gut shot straight draw with a backdoor diamond draw. Moses, action on him. He's got a 7 to a straight to the 10 high straight. He's going to make the call. Donnie's going to release his hand. Turn card comes out, Queen of Spades. No help to anybody out there. However, it does give a better straight draw to Moses. A Jack now puts him with a big straight. River card comes out, a 4 of hearts, putting Dennis ahead. Dennis has ace-8. He is ahead. He's going to make the check. I figure it's going to go check around. Action's now on Thomas. He's going to lead out with $35. See if he can buy this pot. I'd like to see Dennis be able to make the call right here if at all possible. That's a good sized bet, but he does have Dennis does have second pair top kicker, and he's counting out chips. He does make the call indeed. And Thomas at that point says, I got 10 high, and Dennis is going to show ace 8 for the win. Nice little scoop up for Dennis. Puts him up to back up to $460. Just like that, $133 pot with a pair of aces. I mean, a pair of eights wins the hand. 1 in 200. That is close. Let me reply to that real quick in our comments. $220 to 1. Up, Cody Elder got it. Cody Elder got it. Going off the timestamp, Cody Elder was the winner. Congratulations, Cody Elder. We just got it in here. Let me flip over here. Cody Elder, got a hat for you. Got a hat. Head out to Kojak's. This hat is all yours. Kojak's, 3205 West Cuthbert, Midland, Texas. Space B9. We have a hat for you, brother. Congratulations. Good job. So we do have a winner. As with all of our live streams that I'm commentating on, we will be giving away a hat a day. Well, not a hat a day. I guess that's not the proper way to say that. We'll be giving away a hat each time I do live stream, anytime I'm on it. And the hat, I purchase the hat and I give it away. So congratulations, Cody Elder. Cards coming around. Mr. Thomas Bowden's going to be in the under the gun. Ricky Prince sporting that new Kojak's hat also. Cards are complete. First action will be on Mr. Thomas Bowden with 4-3 offsuit under the gun. He's going to... I think he lets it go. Yes, he does. I didn't think there was much that he could call there. Spivey with Queen 6 suited makes the call. I see Moses making a call. Maybe a raise right here with Queen 10. He's got some red chips. Looks like he's going to pop it up to $15. Action over to Donnie, who's got 8-7. Love the middle connectors. He's going to make the call of $15. Folds around to Spivey. Spivey does make the call. Three-way action going to the flop. $50 in the pot. Flop comes out. Ace of hearts, 8 of hearts, 7 of hearts. Moses has the only heart in his hand, so he's got the third. He's got the fourth nut flush draw. However, Donnie flopped 2 pair. That's a strong hand for Donnie. It goes check around, heading to the turn. 3 players, $50 in the pot. Turn card come. No, sorry, I said it checked around. It did not check around. Moses is going to lead out with $15 or $20, and Donnie is going to make the quick call here. I mean, you've got to make the call right there. Turn card comes out a 6 of spades. Moses has 8 outs left in the deck to win. 8 outs. Moses leads out with $40. Donnie makes the call and picks up the pot with 2 pair. $94 profit for Donnie. puts him all the way up to $565. Quick view of the chip counts. Ron's up to $31. Spivey's at $151. Basil's at $268. The Flying Hawaiian is at $300. And leading the pack is Moses with $659. Nothing better than a stack of chips in front of you, and one of the only places in West Texas you can do it is at Kojak's in Midland, Texas. Kojak's is the only legal poker room that offers play of any level that you feel comfort with, whether it be 1-3, whether it be 5 on the button, 5-10, 25-50, or if you want to play 100 on the button. We have challenges all around that you can come out. We have one player that would like to play, I'm not going to put his name out on the live stream, but he wants to play $100,000 cash heads up with another player. So if you're interested in that, come in and serious inquiries only. We can set up a live match in the private room, $100,000 heads up. Don't be scared. I could back you for at least $100. Moving on over to the next hand. $3 big blind coming around. King Jack calls. 10-7 calls. Ace-6 calls. Ace action's now over on Dennis, and he's going to make the fold. So we're going to be heads up going to the flop. By heads up, I mean three-way action heading to the flop. Flop comes out ace, king, 4. Donnie's going to get the second best of it right there. Goes check, check. Roberto's got a pair of aces. Donnie's going to lead out with $30. He's going to get called by Roberto with ace-6 in his hand. Turn card is a scare card. It's an 8 of hearts. However, Roberto holds the nut flush card in his hand. Goes check, check. River card comes out a 9. Not much that can happen there. It's going to be hard to get Roberto off of this ace. Goes check, check on the river. Donnie flips over his king jack. Roberto flips over his ace-7. He's going to be the winner.
I'm going to bust the tournament back. There's 2 left.
The crusher steps in. We have 2 players left in our tournament. She says it's time for it to end, so she's going to go crush some dreams and break some hearts. Let's flip over to Poker Atlas. Poker Atlas is what our poker room is run on. Let's look at our tournament and see what's left in there. Updated the chip counts. 2 players over 500, 1 player over 600. We have 2 players remaining in our tournaments. I'm not sure who it is. First place is $2,600. Second place is $1,600. Third place just walked away with $1,050, and they created a save for 4th place at $400. Total prize pool was $5,650. Great tournament. 1,075,000 chips are out in play. 2 players remaining. Don't forget, Tuesday we do have our freeze out at Kojak's Poker Club. Action moves on around. We've got about 30 minutes of live stream left. Basil looks down at king 4 of diamonds. He's in the +1 seat. He makes the call. Donnie, though, however, looks down at 2 beautiful ladies. He's got wired queens. He's trying to decide how much he wants to raise right here. And he's not going to slow play it. With $7 in the pot, Donnie's going to raise it up to $45. $45. He's going to make sure anybody in this hand has big cards. Action moves on over to Basil. Basil's going to look down at king 4 and say, that's not worth more than $3, so he's going to let it go. Donnie picks up his queens. I don't think he shows right here. He doesn't want people to know what he's playing with. We saw a lot with Billy last night going all in. Billy never showed his cards. He did not have the nuts at all times, but Donnie there had a huge hand. Basil had 1 over, but he's not going to risk $43 more to win $45. Updated the chips right there. We've got 2 players over their initial buy-in of 500. Moving on around the hands. So with that right there, Mr. Ron's going to push all in with Queen 8. And he's going to get called by Roberto, who's got the pair of aces. And that's going to be the end of Mr. Man on this table tonight. Ron is up there in the top of our leaderboards for our points series. So he will be back in on Tuesday night. He's been running deep in the tournaments. He's been running hot in the tournaments. Back to action here. Hand number 40. The Flying Hawaiian has been quiet lately, but it's not because of lack of interest. It's because of lack of cards. He has not gotten much to play with. There is a player's card laying down on the table in seat number 4, so it looks like we're going to have a new player coming in. Thomas heading over to take a quick break real fast. Action's over on Spivey. Spivey looks down at ace-9 offsuit. Looks like he's going to raise it up. He's going to bump it up to $18. A little 6x raise right there. Basil looks down at Queen 5 suited. He very well could make the call. Nope, he's tightening back up. Moses looks down at ace mid. He's going to let it go. Donnie looks down at his wired 4s. He is, however, going to make this call. And I can see Dennis. Great call by Dennis right there also. So we're going to have three-way action. $60 in the pot. Three-way action going to the flop. Flop comes out 10 of clubs, 8 of hearts, 10 of hearts. Not help to anybody but the guy holding the pocket 4s. Spivey's going to c-bet. It's going to check all the way around to him. Looks like Spivey threw out a green chip and a red chip. That's going to signify $30. There's always beef between Spivey and Donnie. Neither one ever believes anything. They play a lot together in our tournaments up here and in our cash games. And I think Donnie calls right here. Neither one wants to get outplayed by the other. And it looks like Donnie's bringing out. Donnie raises. Donnie throws out. It looks to be $130 raise, $125 raise. Action is now $155. Spivey goes all in. So we're going to have heads up action here. Flop comes out 10-9 or 10-8-10. Spivey's holding ace-9. Donnie's holding pocket fours. There's all kinds of outs out there. Any 8, any ace, any 9 is going to win the hand for Donnie. Donnie gets some change back from his bet. Here it comes. Turn card comes out of Jack of Hearts. River card comes out of 4. Gives the boat to Donnie. 4's full of 10s. Spivey takes his cards, and all you can do at that point is just throw them in. My goodness, after that Jack came out, Spivey had all kinds of outs. And he was unable to hit them. So it looks like we've got a new player sitting down in seat number 4. I'm not exactly sure who that is. We'll see in just a minute, though. Let's click on follow the players so we can see if it'll move. Basil throwing hand signs up there. Gotta love us a little bit of Basil, man. If you're ever around Kojaks and we don't have the game going that you'd like, Basil will gladly play you a game of chess, play you a game of pool. Basil likes to play anything, and he'll even make a little bet on it. Nothing too big, nothing crazy, but he will throw some out there. Button moving on around. Now it's sitting in front of Roberto. Meaning Basil's a small blind and Kakoa the Flying Hawaiian is in the big blind. So with the dealer change, we've got a new shuffle, new deck put in play. Hand number 41 of the 1-3 action. Moses sitting under the gun has 8-3 of hearts. Is that Mr. Paul? Yeah, it's got to be Mr. Paul DeDario sitting in seat number 4. Only know that because of the Texas Aggies. He is a huge Aggie fan, and he graduated from there. Loves him some Aggies. Dennis looks down at Ace King, and he chooses not to overplay Ace King. He's just going to make the call. Paul's going to raise it up to $12. So as we come in to a closing, we have about 20 minutes left of the live stream. Updated the chip count. Donnie's now the chip leader, $699, almost up to $700. Moses and Roberto are both over their initial buy-ins. They're up $500 and I think $11 and $600, respectively. We've got someone, I can't tell if he's racking up chips or if he's busting out chips. We'll see in just 1 minute, though. Hancock sitting in seat number 2, as someone mentioned earlier, is calm, cool, and collective. It's always easy to be calm, cool, and collective when you got nice little stacks in front of you. Him and Moses have the largest stacks on the table, sitting in seat 1 and seat 2, respectively. But not to be counted out is Mr. Dennis Shaver, sitting in seat number 3. You can't count him down. And we got a little more aggression sitting at the table now that Paul sat down. Paul likes to be the aggressor of the hands. He looks down at King 2. He's going to make the call. Mr. Thomas Bowden looks down at Ace Jack, Blackjack, and he raises it up to $15. King 5 goes in the muck. Queen 10 suited goes in the muck. Basil lets go of double down. The Flying Hawaiian lets go of Ace 10. Impressive. Moses looks down at queen 9 offsuit. $12 on top. I think he makes the call right here, which he does. Donnie looks down at 7-6. I'd like to see Donnie play this. And he makes the call, calls the $12. Actually now over to Paul. $12 to call, $4.50 in the pot. Absolutely, why not? So we've got four-way action, $61 setting in the pot. The only one not in there is the small blind. The flying Hawaiian who let go of ace-10. Flop comes out 8 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 4 of clubs. Nobody's holding 2 clubs in their hand. But, oh my gosh, I just saw this. Hancock flopped the joint. What in the world? And he leads out. He leads out to bet. He wants to protect those clubs. Unfortunately, nobody has the clubs to be chasing with, so it's going to go fold, fold. Look at him. Look at Donnie look over at Moses. Moses rubs his goatee. He's thinking, you know, can I get this from him? Can I steal a pot from him? Moses is the type of player that knows that he probably flopped the straight. And does he want to pay to see a club on the turn so that he can represent a flush? What's going on, Mr. Brad Ellis? Moses does let it go, and Donnie shows that 7-6 flopped the joint. It's easy to stack up chips. Easy to stack up chips. Donnie's now up to $745. Donnie was a winner last night. Bought in for, I think, $800 and cashed out with double his buy-in. So he's on a hot steaming roll right now. Button moves over to the flying Hawaiian, who's been quiet tonight. The flying Hawaiian's one of the aggressors in our 5 on the button games, but he has not been getting cards to be the aggressor with. As you can see right there, sitting in front of Basil is his infamous Superman. They must have turned some fans on because that cape is moving around like it's windy in there. Thanks again to all of our viewers for coming out tonight. We got about 15 minutes left in this live stream, and look at this. We've got 4 players in the pot. We've got a ton of hearts out. All red cards are out, and of course, if all red cards are in the player's hands, the flop can be nothing but black. So 7 of spades, queen of spades, 4 of clubs comes out. Donnie's got the best of it with a pair of 7s. However, Paul leads out with ace deuce. He leads out with 20. Donnie's going to make the call. It's much easier to make those kind of calls when you're up, and Donnie checks dark. Turn card comes a 9, check. River card comes a 10. It's going to go check. Let's see what Paul does. Paul's going to lead out with $25. Donnie's going to let go of the winner, and Paul's going to pick up a hand there. Donnie didn't want to invest too much. If he'd have called, he would have been the winner there, but he is up beautifully tonight. He's got 18% of the chips in play. Basil's sitting short stacked at $261. The flying Hawaiian is right in front of him at $280. I think it's time we see Dennis to wake up with a hand. He's been getting some monster hands. However, the flops have been missing him. I want to see him pick up a monster. First to act is Paul with an unsuited 9-8. He's got a connector. It's not suited, but that's probably going to be good enough for a raise. And by raise, I mean call. Mike's going to call. Mike McSherry is who moved into seat number 6. Mr. McSherry. He's going to make the call with 4-3. Basil makes the call with 10-9. Moses looks down at King 8. He's going to raise it up to $20, pushing Donnie out. Dennis is going to make the call with King 7 suited. Paul's going to make the call with his connected 9-8. McSherry's going to make the call with his connected 4-3. I think McSherry and Basil have a competition going each other. They've been calling each other suck out all day. We had a points list up, and McSherry last night wrote suck out on Basil's name up at the top. So on Mike McSherry's tournament ticket today, Basil scratched out his name and wrote suck out on his name. So we've got 5-way action. 5-way action on a 1-3 game. Going to the flop, we've got $101 in the pot. Welcome to Kojak's Midland, Texas, Action City. Flop comes out, Jack of Diamonds, Deuce of Clubs, 6 of Spades. It's going to check around. The turn card comes out the Deuce of Spades, giving Dennis the second nut flush draw. He's setting about 40% to win the pot. Mike McSherry's got a gut shot straight. Everybody's live in this hand. Nobody's dead. That's the crazy part. Nobody has a 0% chance to win this. So it goes check, check. McSherry leads out with the worst hand, 4-3. Not worst draw-wise, but worst hand number-wise. Bets $35. Moses is going to come along with King 8, and this is where Moses is so strong. He can smell the weakness, and I like this call by Mr. Dennis. He's got 2 overs to the board and 2 spades. Let's see what comes on the river. River card comes out as 6 of clubs. So what this means is Moses and Dennis are both chopping it if Mike McSherry does not win it with a bet right here. I can see McSherry grabbing $80. There's $206 in the pot. I can see McSherry make a bet right here. McSherry is one of our main event winners. His picture is on our wall of fame up here. He won, I want to say, the October main series, the Permian Basin Poker Championship. And this type of play right here is the reason that he won that. He's sitting in last place out of the 3 players, but he throws $125 out to the pot, and he's going to scoop it in with 4-3. He's playing the board. He scoops it in, playing the board. Steals the pot from both Moses and Mr. Dennis. Steals it away from him. And that is why McSherry is a main event winner here. He knows the pressure to put and the time to put it, and he put it. From what I hear last night, playing on the 5 on the button round of each, I heard one player say, man, McSherry couldn't miss. And of course, when you can't miss, it makes for a fun night. So Mike McSherry buys in with $500. And just like that, he's up to $651. We've got about 11 minutes of live stream left. And usually when we let them know that we're down to the wire, the hands get a little crazier. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let them know. Four hands left, Mikey. All right, we have just notified the players that they have 4 hands left on the live stream, not counting this one. 4 hands left on the live stream. And this is where the action gets a little looser. As you can tell, we've got a raise to $18 by 3 deuce. Why stop with 4-3? Let's raise it up with 3 deuce suited. He raises it up to $18. We've got 4 callers, so 5-way action. Once again, we've got another $100 pot in our 1-3 game. Not a lot of people like to play 1-3. They say that it's too small. Well, this goes to show you it's not too small. And look at this. Donnie flops a set with top pair being flopped by Roberto. Oh my goodness. Nobody's holding diamonds. That's a beautiful flop for Donnie. Roberto leads out with his top pair, $55. Moses has a gut shot to the king high straight. He may make this call, and he does. Is Donnie going to raise it, or what is he going to do? He's reaching, he's got the call in his hand, and he's got raisin chips in his other hand, and he's going to throw out a hefty bet right here. Donnie's going to raise it up to $180. Once again, a 1-3 game, and we've got a pot of $381 right here. $125 for Roberto to make the call with his top pair. He doesn't know how far behind he is right here. And with me saying right here, I realize I say right here a lot, so just kind of flow with it. So he doesn't understand how far behind he is, but I bet he's putting the calculations together. McSherry lets go of his 3-2 real fast. Basil's standing up stretching, saying, poker's so sick, man. Poker's so sick. Is this the chance that Roberto wants to make is this where he wants to make a push thinking that his top pair is good? Because I don't think he can do anything. He's got $464. He can't make a push right there, so he does let it go. Moses, action is on Mr. Rojas. Moses lets it go, and Donnie likes to show his big hands. He shows those wired fives in his hand to match that 5 of hearts on the board. That makes a set, and Roberto breathes a sigh of relief because he may have been thinking about going all in right there. So right here, went to showdown. Dennis goes to showdown 30% of the time. Roberto right behind him, 28. The Flying Hawaiian has not been to showdown yet. And he's been sitting at the table since the start of the table. He's either won the hand on the flop or he's uninterested in it. He's not taking chances. Basil walking back with his spinner. I don't know if you've played much with Basil here, but Basil's always on his telephone, and this live stream table is a challenge for him because we force all of our players to give up all of their electronics. They're not allowed any electronics at the table to prevent. We want to keep the integrity of the game intact, so we take away any opportunity, any temptations, anything. We just remove that from the system, and that's why our live stream games are so successful here. So we've got $3 big blind here. We've got 3 callers. Action's over to Paul. Paul wakes up with a monster. Paul wakes up with pocket queens. He's going to raise it up to $21. A little 7x raise. Basil's got the king, jack, the Kojak. He's going to make the call. You see players racking up their chips. That's because we're coming to an end of our live stream, and they're going to be moving over to a different table. Action's on Donnie with ace 5. Wonder what he's thinking. Oh, he's okay. That move right there where he grabs his chest, he said it was on me. He had already made the decision in his head. He did not know it was on him, and he's probably going to be folding, making me a liar right here. He's probably going to be calling. I knew that was coming. Wink, wink. Mr. Shaver makes the call with a $25 chip, 4-way action. Once again, on a 1-3 game, we have $87 in the pot. 4-way action. Flop comes out. 9 of clubs, 4 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds. Pocket queens is in the lead, and Mr. Dennis is right behind with pocket 8s. Paul D'Addario first to act. Mr. D'Addario leads out with a chunk. A chunk known from Jodine Grady is a stack of 20. It's a chunk. He bets $100, and he's going to take it down right there. Moses Rojas, I think, has left the building. We've got a list, so that will be filled in. However, it won't be filled in on the live stream. It will be moved over to another table. Harley Smith, what's going on, man? Miss seeing you around here. You'll hear that in about 30 minutes. So we're heading into our last couple hands. Hand number 47. We should see a little gamble. I think he's notified them that this will be the upcoming last hands. Action's going to be first under the gun. Mr. Roberto, he's going to make the call, $3. Basil's going to make the call with 10-9 suited. Right behind him, the Flying Hawaiian's got the same hand as Basil, but of hearts. He's going to raise her up. He's going to raise it up to $18. Paul's going to make the call with 5-4. This is where we see a little gamble in here. Basil's going to make the call. Roberto makes the call. Roberto's got Queen Jack suited. 4 players to the flop. 1-3 game. We got $76 in the pot. Flop comes out. I like to build the anticipation of that. Flop comes out. King of clubs, Jack of hearts, 6 of spades. Gut shots for both Basil and the Hawaiian. Roberto flops, second pair, really good kicker. And Paul just gets the bad end of it. He's moved on over to seat 1. The Hawaiian leads out with $35 with a gut shot to the jack, which Roberto's holding 1 blocker to that. He makes the call. Basil, let's go. He's not going to make the chase, but we're going to hear some words if a queen comes out. Turn card is a 5 of spades. First action is on Roberto. He's going to make the check. And the flying Hawaiian right behind him checks right back. River card of a 5 of hearts is going to make a hard bluff card. And Roberto knows that as he's reaching down, he's grabbing probably around $40. $35 is the bet. $35 is the bet, putting the pot up to $181. I would love to see an all-in right here. I don't know if we will, but I would love to see an all-in. That would be a hard, and it's going to be a fold. That would be extremely hard to call an all-in, and that's the type of moves that we see that you can always expect at Kojaks. They pressure, they put pressure, and put pressure on tables, on players. Donnie's up to $871. Mike is at $630. Roberto's at $555. Roberto's stacking up them chips. He's our recipient of the free hat giveaway last night. He walked into the building and he said the famous phrase, "Charlie is awesome," screamed it out, and so I bought him a hat. Once again, thank you to all of our viewers tonight. We've had a total quantity of over 100 viewers coming in and stopping in tonight. We do this for you guys at home who can't make it out, who don't want to make it out. But we do have games going at all times. On Tuesdays, we open up at 6:30. We close at 2:15 a.m. On Wednesday through and Thursday, we open up at 6:30. We stay open till 4 a.m. On Fridays, we are now open on Fridays at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So if you want to play some hooky from work, skip out. Head on up to Kojaks at 2 o'clock and we'll have a table ready for you to play. Also on Fridays, we're offering happy hour. All our rates are half price from 2 o'clock until 6:30. So come on out, play some half price poker, win some pots, play hooky from work, however you want to do it. But we're also open till 4 a.m. Friday night, Saturday morning, however you want to say that. Both Saturday and Sunday, we open at 2:30 in the afternoon. We have tournaments starting at 2:30. Saturdays, we're open till 4 a.m. Sundays, we're open till 2 a.m. So we, here at Kojaks, your premier West Texas poker club, we offer ample opportunity for you to come out and win all kinds of money. Also, we will be closed this Christmas to let our family and friends spend time with their family and friends. We are also closed Christmas Eve. However, we will be opening on December the 26th, which is a Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We have a tournament at 2:30. That way, we know that everybody's going to have enough of their families. If you like me, you can only handle so much of them before you want to get out and play some poker, blow off some steam, and show off those new clothes that you got from Santa Claus. So we will be open on Saturday, December the 26th. From all of us out here at Kojaks, we want to wish you the happiest of holidays. Looks like we're going to have one more hand. But we want to wish you the happiest of holidays and the safest of holidays. Nothing's better than loved ones. Nothing's better than friends. So enjoy them all. Thank you, Naseem. Happy holidays to you, brother. This is going to be our last hand of the live stream, so let's make it a good one. The flying Hawaiian picks up under the gun. He picks up the basil, the Jack 10 offsuit. Donnie's going to let go of his double down hand. Dennis is going to let go. Leiva's going to let go. Thomas has also the basil. Mike's got almost the basil, the Queen 10 suited. I like that one a little bit better. Basil's got King Queen. Man, if we get some face cards, all three face cards, it's going to be a sick flop. That's a sick flop in itself. Jack of hearts, 7 of hearts, 9 of hearts. Wow. Basil's got the 3rd nut flush draw. Thomas has the 4th nut flush draw. Whew. And the flying Hawaiian's going to lead out and bet $70. Seat 1 folds. Paul. Thomas sitting in seat number 5. He's the cutoff this hand. He's got the same exact hand except a little bit better. He's got the heart in his hand. if he makes this, he's not going to only not make the call. He's going to go all in. He ships his entire stack. $262 is in the middle of the pot now. This is going to put a conundrum on Basil. Basil's got the third nut flush draw. He's got king, queen. He's got a 10 to a straight. He's got all kinds of outs. He's got overs. He's got the world. He's actually sitting as the favor to win this hand. He looks down at his hand once again, drops it. I don't know that he cannot fold this hand. And just so all you guys know, once this live stream ends, poker continues at Kojak's. Basil's going to let it go. No way. Basil announces fold and lets it go. Action's now on the Flying Hawaiian, who has almost the exact same hand as Bowden. They both have Jack 10. Thomas's Jack 10 favors the Flying Hawaiians by over half because of the heart sitting in his hand. Now what happened is the Hawaiian put $70 out there. The Hawaiian started the hand with $212. He put 1/3 of his stack in, which makes it extremely hard to fold this. And he's asking right now, were you pulling the bets? Let me know how much it is. And he does make the call. He does make the call. So a heart and a heart only can win this hand for Bowden. And the heart comes on the turn, gives him the flush. He's going to win the last hand of the night. $500 in the pot. He is going to win the hand. And the Hawaiian relinquishes his chips in the middle. And that is going to be the completion of our session tonight. Wow. What a turn card for Bowden. What a card. My goodness gracious. That is why we play poker, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? That is why we play poker, to win those pots like that. And just like that, you go from 200 in your stack to 500. So that's going to be our final chip counts right now for the table. From all of us here at Kojak's Live, and Kojak's, all of our friends, all of our families, we love you guys. Without you, we couldn't do what we do here, and that's to provide one of the greatest poker environments in Texas. We love you guys. We will see you after Christmas. But before then, I want to wish all of you, I'm going to flip over. I want to wish all of you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I wish you guys the best with your families. Love you. Thank you very much.